A sponsored presentation from NetApp, delivered by Mark Nossokoff.
Thanks, Brian. I want to thank the Advisory Council for the opportunity for NetApp to sponsor and to chat briefly here today. I just wanted to briefly touch on and go through a bit of who NetApp is, how we play within the HPC space, particularly with HPC storage. We'll also our high-level approach to how we are addressing storage within the HPC arena, and we'll talk through that very briefly. First, inside of NetApp, as we're looking at the big data space and approaches to providing solutions, we've broken up the big data area into analytics, bandwidth, and content. And there's different areas and different types of solutions and products to bring to bear to each one. And the bandwidth area is where we're addressing the HPC areas. And how NetApp has gone about doing this, it's not the traditional FAS, not the traditional on-tap type of products that you might be aware of where NetApp has come from, but the products with the bandwidth space are a result of the acquisition NetApp did of the Ingenio division of LSI earlier this year. So this is addressing those, bringing those products into the NetApp fold and going after these particular areas. Now, the heritage of LSI and Ingenio, the Ingenio product line now moving into NetApp is pretty deep within the HPC community and across different pathways to market. We have a number of OEM partners that we work with to get to the HPC customers, and working with many of the traditional alliance partners within the industry. Many are in the room today. And then we've continued that tradition inside of NetApp with a very recent announcement of an ESeries product that's addressing the Sequoia opportunity at Lawrence Livermore, taking our most recent product line and providing up to a terabyte a second and 55 petabytes within that particular supercomputing platform. Now, our approach to the market is pretty basic, but I think it's important that you understand the key elements and the balance points within how we're addressing the systems with performance, availability, efficiency, and cost, and bringing all of those elements into the storage solution. Many systems out there can provide performance, and with the performance is required to get more jobs done, get the jobs done faster, and to minimize the gap between the compute and the storage. And that all has to be done reliably. There can't be failures, and it needs to be manageable, and we need the systems and solutions need to provide the integrity and availability to continuously do the jobs. And it's got to be efficient. Not just from many different perspectives and dimensions of efficiency, capacity, density, power density, performance, how much power is being used, how much real estate is being used, needs to come into play and in the overall solutions, and it has to be cost effective. Not just the acquisition cost of the system, but the operating expense as well. So there are a couple of different ways and elements to approach this. A number of systems, some systems out there are provisioned in very large increments, taking up an awful lot of real estate, driving lots of power and a large footprint, and are inefficient. But looking at an equivalent performance point, what if you can, instead of providing it in that type of footprint in a full cabinet, if using modular building blocks and dense building blocks, can deliver it in a much more dense, much more focused, much more compact solution. With lower power and lower footprint, and certainly more efficient. I think that's the approach that most would employ. So it's basically the simple concept of the building block. You buy as you grow. You don't need to buy large chunks of performance or capacity that aren't needed in a cost-effective fashion. And it provides a number of the measurable benefits for being able to deliver and provide a large high performance with a much fewer number of drives, being able to expose the performance of those spindles and of those drives out through the solution is what the NetApp ESeries line of products are designed to do. delivering the performance and much fewer much smaller footprint, providing dramatic improvements in the write density and read density. And in the building block approach too is uniquely providing an improved performance under failure. The other solution had two controllers delivering the performance. In this case, the building blocks, there's two controllers within each building block. So if in the event there were a controller failure, you're delivering much greater performance under a single controller failure than in the monolithic approach. In achieving the scalability and how to achieve that, this has been addressed in a couple of the other sessions. The IPC interconnect of InfiniBand to provide the clustering network, configuring down into the file system nodes. Then behind the file system nodes are where the storage building blocks are traditionally are obviously located, and then making those manageable and compact and replicating those scalable storage units. Allows that those benefits to be delivered. And there's lots of flexibility, whether using InfiniBand or SAS as the interconnect between the I/O node, or the file system nodes and the storage, provides greater flexibility and greater choice as well. Other solutions being out there are don't have the legacy or the heritage of the robustness and resiliency of the purpose-built storage. So the purpose-built RAID capabilities and focused storage design is the great benefit for it. And as we look at the modularity, it's not the first time that we've addressed this within the HPC community. And on the compute side, the monolithic MPP systems kind of went this route, did go this route over time, and the storage is following suit. So we've been wrapping up this, catching up a bit on the time, that the intelligent, reliable performance is what's required in these storage solutions. The NetApp approach with the ESeries and the acquiring of the product line is addressing these needs. And the modularity implementation is the most cost-effective approach to be able to deliver that. And finally, before closing, I did want to also, we've spoken to some of you about this initiative that we are introduced with WAM Cloud at Supercomputing a few weeks ago. And it's an industry effort, an invitation, an awareness within the industry to try to provide a common, transparent method for end users to deliver a Lustre solution. There's some complexities with building and supporting and provisioning Lustre solutions, and we believe there is great benefit and need to be able to simplify that for the end users. So we're inviting the industry, members of the ecosystem, and end users to come together and define this program. As I mentioned, it was introduced a few weeks ago at Supercomputing. There is a repeat webinar of what was discussed at Supercomputing tomorrow. The website is listed here. We have some pamphlets and flyers on this, and we're really in the listening mode. This is very formative in defining this program. So we want to hear what the end users have to say, the key challenges, and make sure all of those are incorporated into what we as an industry can do to simplify and improve providing Lustre-based solutions to you. That'll be it.